How can you save your back? By getting on all fours. I know, let's get it all out now. In my lengthy teaching and training practice, the last decade or so has brought me an increasingly more broken clientele. In almost every video I've made recently, I mentioned the epidemic of disconnection. And although this manifests on way too many levels these days, let's focus this minute on just the physical breakdown of us human folks. And it's not just the deconditioned, since the fitness industrial complex has broken as many people's unused iPhones while perpetuating disconnection through hooey and hollering about what's supposed to be good for you. If working out is just as damaging as not working out, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Move first, then work out on your terms. And of course, here are some ideas. There is so much potential health, strength, and connection from this position, whether you're on your toes or on your knees. But so many folks, from gym masters to couch huggers, just don't know how to move or expand or become from this position. And it shows, or at least it will. I remember in our workshops together, Dan John would call this the 6-point kneel. So if you want to keep it serious, there's some technical jargon for you to latch onto. However, I did almost call this video How Doggy Style Keeps You Young Forever, because I'm a dumb little boy. But getting down on the ground this way can lead to a better squat, a stronger press, groovy party tricks, and real athletic awareness. A connection with your flesh packet and its deluxe mechanical bits that'll keep you forever playfully moving and grooving and constantly defying our traditions of aging. This right here is one of the simple foundations to a pain-free movement practice, among other things. We'll start with this little unknown exotic practice that you've probably never heard of called yoga. Although we can culturally appropriate the terminology with words like
Marjari Asana
and
Vitilasana,
if we want to sound fancy. Oh, and it's okay, because frankly, I think America has just straight up bought the rights to Sanskrit pop vernacular. Namaste. Let's just call this the cat-cow. Cat, cow. Get it? Doggy, cat, cow. Anyway, I'm just going to abridge how I usually teach this just by hitting the high points. And don't worry, you can find this whole series over in my Initiate program on my website, which is free. Plug, 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 plug. From grokking the cat-cow, mostly from the hips, then we find a nice, solid, supported flat back. And this is trickier than you might think. I've watched rooms full of athletes and trainers fail at this relatively simple lesson of just being able to find a good, solid, flat back. And once you understand that stable back, which is a strong supported spine, or at least will be, then you move from that position and always be able to return to that position in many ways for many reasons. Have you ever seen my video about how burpees suck? The burpee has somehow fallen victim to a decline in purpose. Well, this entire crucial bit of awareness is completely skipped and ignored for the sake of speed and slop. And since practice makes permanent, guess what you're embedding into your body when those sorts of lessons are just skipped? From a solid plank, we can move better, safer, and stronger. We can understand a press better because we simply rotate that solid plank 90 degrees. We can squat better when we learn to open our hips from this plank position. We begin the mission of hand balancing, and we turn the plank into a huge athletic awareness tool, especially when we start practicing a little something called squishing the trolls. And again, the details of this are over on my website for free. Plug, 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 plug. So with the understanding of these positions, our spine and all of its components has a healthier, longer lifespan. And then comes the truly fun part. Where do you go from here? How do you make this yours? I'm hoping you train within your value system, as I've mentioned many times. If you value respect, appreciation, love, how do you manifest those in your training and let your training help you manifest those? Yes, we're back to the hippie shit I always talk about. Well, doggy, cat, cow, and that solid plank can all be foundations for you to then build upon. Where can you go with this? This is fitness on your terms, and that's real health. And real health right now is resistance. It's creativity. It's tribe. In the words of my friend Jello,
but what can just one of us do against all that money and power trying to crush us into roaches?
My answer, be fucking healthy. Be authentically strong. You can start with a little doggy cat cow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for inspiring, because you do. You're why I'm here. And remember, you matter. Treat yourself and others accordingly. Bye. That's leftover snow. The frogs just went quiet.